Yeah, you're right.
I've never done a podcast before.
Have you not? Have you?
No.
You've already done some, Tommy, haven't you? You done?
Yeah, I've done quite a few.
I was gonna say with your builds and that.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk to me.
Real random ones, so. Like
Yeah.
Some.
Ones at shows and shit too.
Yeah, like film work and stuff like that as well, and promo stuff. Yeah. I said to Mike, "Don't worry about it. You won't. You don't even notice 10 minutes in."
Yeah. It's just
What's this place?
like
Like,
my
what's this
shirt's
thing
not
called?
right.
Is it Quirke Jerk or?
Quirke Jack. Yeah. The pink flag neon sign's more for like when I do clips, then it's more for like comedy, like so they know my last name to book me for gigs. The podcast is called Cheers, Mate. And like I said to you guys, I'm not having a drink with you, which is dog's fuck.
Yeah, I even bought some extras for you.
I know, I'm a prick. I normally buy the drinks for everyone because it's like you guys are doing me a favour. So, but I didn't because I'm a dick. But
That's right.
yeah, I wanted to get you guys on here because it just would be fun. Both you being business owners in the Gold Coast, and I'm sure we ride motorbikes together and so on. I'm sure there's plenty of shit we can talk about. But
Yeah,
I don't
we've
even know.
gone out and been a dickhead for a while, have we?
No, we haven't actually. We haven't. You haven't
We're
even
really
rode
good
your,
at that.
You haven't rode your V rod in a while, have you?
No, I rode it the other day for the first time to the lamb
Do you want
shop.
to pull that into you? So
I certainly can.
you don't have to be awkward. Just have it close. Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, no, like you can tilt it like it tilts.
No, I don't have time to ride it. It's really annoying me. I need to make time. I actually really enjoyed riding it the other day.
You won't saddle that, will you?
Nah. It doesn't really cost me anything to own. And they don't depreciate.
Yeah.
How about you enjoy it and you have fun with it?
I know, I'm trying to find
Straight to finance.
Yeah, but when you got lots
It
of
looks
toys,
great
you
and
don't
I
want
love
to.
it.
Yeah, well, you know, but I look at toys though. Like if I got lots of toys, I'm like, what ones cost me money to own and what doesn't?
Yeah, but you have every toy. You do have every toy.
I know, because
You've
whoever
got a
has the
race
most
car,
toys
you've
when
got
they
a
die
cru-
wins.
Yeah, you got a race car, a cruiser, a four-wheel drive, a jet ski, a boat, a motorbike. I don't really know.
And an e-bike.
And an e-bike. I
And
just
a
bought,
skewy.
I just bought one.
What?
An
An e-bike?
e-bike,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, best things ever.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty lame, but yeah, I just got it because.
Nah, you wait to use it,
I'm
especially
thinking
when I
about
brought it.
taking the plunge on one.
Oh, do it.
Well, I got one
Yeah.
pretty. My mate's imports them, and they're quite a nice setup. And he's like, "Oh, you can have $1,900 if you want, brand new."
That's sick. That's worth it.
I'll
I
show you.
don't want to get one. I reckon I'll get one, and then 2 weeks later they'll go, "We're having a huge crackdown on e-bikes. You've got to
that's
register
why I
them
haven't
or
done it.
whatever."
That's why
I
I
don't
haven't
think
done
they
it. So
can,
no,
man.
no,
There's
no.
Cool, camo.
Yeah,
I can't even see that.
Hey, that's legit. Goes with the hat, eh?
Where's
I've
the-
gone like
where's
full
the bike?
fuckwit spec. It'd be sick.
I don't think.
But that's why he's actually shutting his business down because he's like, there was that death. Yeah, like there was like two kids.
Dude, it's common. It's
And they-
inevitable, I think.
They
Like,
clapped hard, and like one kid was on one of those dirt bike ones that looked like a proper dirt
Yeah.
bike, and one was on a normal one like that.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it because it freaked me out. I
Yeah.
do think about it often when I.
it is pretty wild. I was
Yeah.
at a rooftop bar in Nobbies a few weeks ago, and there was a kid in a Evil Knievel like costume. I swear to God, Evil Knievel costume going up and down Nobbies on a Stark, like a full blown electric dirt bike,
Fuck.
no lights or anything. And then his mate was on a bicycle with lights, and he was just wheeling up. Everyone was cheering him on. It was great fun. And then I got home and I thought, he's gonna fucking die. And like, how ballsy is it? Because there's cops everywhere there. He just didn't care.
Holy shit!
Yeah, young
Yeah.
kids, but we've
But
all
you know
been
what?
young and dumb.
But we
Don't
would
care.
do that once.
No.
Like I know I'd do that once. I'd jump on the bike and like 2 seconds get caught by a cop.
Yeah, but when you're
100%.
16, you
Yeah.
don't think about these things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
got no
know.
license to lose. You don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, as soon as I buy one, I reckon they'll be like, you got to pay registration or have all this crazy stuff to do with it.
Or cops will have
I've
them
literally
and
been
they'll-
in a cop chase when I was 14. Back then, you didn't have e-bikes, but you
Yeah.
remember like mini choppers and
I
pit
used to have
bikes.
those too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these mini choppers.
And I got on a cop chase and I got away with them from going down the you know, like little walkways in between streets and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, hour later goes by. I'm going for a walk down to the pier to go jump off the bottom wharf at where I lived, and then yeah, the cop drove past, recognised us, and fucking grabbed us,
Fuck.
and then just gave us a spanking. Didn't give us actual fines and stuff, and then yeah, just got a massive yelling at lucky.
Yeah, I mean, the only way they get caught now is this, like the helicopters around all the time. Because I keep thinking, I'm like, e-bike, I wouldn't stop for 2
they're not going to
seconds.
put out a helicopter for an
No, but they
e-bike,
do.
are
They fly around so much. You think
Yeah.
they'd get them?
Don't they just fly
Or do
around
they?
when it's when someone's actually done something though?
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like an
I
e-bike
couldn't
for the
imagine
sake
they're
of
like,
it.
yeah,
No.
we've got a kid on an e-bike doing a wheelie down the Gold Coast. All right, get the chopper in.
Yeah, fuel it.
Bring the
Fuel
guns.
it. Yeah, fuel it. Let's get him out. One's got like a turret gun hanging out inside the thing. No, they. I don't know. I thought they'd because that's the only way I feel like you'd be able to catch one, or if cops have them.
Yeah.
Because you just do exactly what you do. You just go left, 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 and then fuck off, and they'll never be able to get you again. But
Well, they can't get you.
there's some fucking losers on them. Like me and the missus went just on normal push bikes and riding on the beachfront the other day. Like there's that new footpath they got from Broadie all the way to Surface. There's like quite a wide one, and there's like, have you seen those scooters? But they're like a full hectic one where they got like off-road tires on it.
Yeah.
And they were wearing full armor, like
That's
full
the
chest
wanker magnet, for
Yeah,
sure.
dude.
Like e-bikes I can deal with. The lame scooters are like, you just chill. If you got one of those hectic off-road ones, I know
I'm
you're
saying
a
they wear
dickhead.
full face helmets and
Yeah.
stuff, like they're
Full
actual
face, and
athletes.
it's
like they're
a
ready
full
to hit a
dirt
motocross track.
Yeah, dude, full
What are you
motocross
doing?
chest piece, everything, and they had the speakers zip tied on the front, just blasting down with
You know
AC/DC.
what?
You're like,
You
you,
need
three
people-
are fuckwits.
I always think you need people like that for differentiation. Like, otherwise, who are you when you
Yeah,
compare
yeah,
yourself
yeah,
to them? Like,
yeah.
it's a conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It's like a
Too
great,
much.
It's like a
when-
waypoint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I a fuckwit? Oh no, that's a fuckwit.
Yeah, it's
No,
Exactly.
I might be, but he's worse.
Yeah.
Fully. Well, when people like hassle people for like what their jobs are, or paying someone out for what they look like or something, I'm like, man, well, the world needs diversification. If everyone is the same, then who are you? And it wouldn't go round.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's true.
I do think of it like that, but hey, they are pretty fucking dumb.
You should put underglow on your e-scooter then.
That could be pretty sick.
That
Yeah, it'd be
looks
good, I
sick.
think, yeah.
Or
Suit you.
on your Subi, just proper go walk spec.
That would be cool. I want NOS on that and just have like the little button where it can go out the side like Fast and Furious, so I can just rock up places like middle of fucking Broad Beach. Out front of a social
even have
restaurant,
NOS.
just pushing, go.
Just put some fire extinguishers under there so it goes,
Yeah.
does the same thing, looks the same.
That'd be sick.
I remember we were like kids and one of our mates got like, everyone had shitty first car. One of the boys got a Nissan Pulsar, but it was like a 2002 model. So it was a bit nicer than everyone else's, and he put neons on it and a sub, and it was lowered. Fuck, we thought that thing was sick, hey?
Oh, dude, I went
just
through that whole
rolling
era.
around in it, just like
Yeah.
with a cannon
Your
on the
first
back.
mate to get a car.
Yeah, and you put your big
No one
bore
does
exhaust
subs.
on it.
Yeah.
It's like sounds like it's going quick, but it's not.
No
It's a
one does
1.6
subs
litre stock
anymore either.
engine. Nah.
No, that was a
There
whole
is
boot.
no saving this generation.
No.
No one does subs anymore.
No. It would be the whole boot would be full with a big fucking
my-
sub and amp, and it would be rattling everything in the car.
Yeah, and it would like just, it wasn't fixed in, it would just slide around.
Yeah.
my second car was a Mazda Familia 323. I don't know. I don't know if that's what you call them over here.
323,
This is in
yeah.
New Zealand. But I bought, so you know Fusion, the brand?
Yes,
So I bought
green,
the
the
stereo
green
sound
alien.
system out of their old show car. I can't remember how much I might have paid for it. It was like $5-6 grand or something, and
Fuck.
fitted it to my car. It had 4 subs in the back. The car had a stereo system worth more than what the car was. Man, and I thought I was the sickest cunt rolling down the street. I'd drive past the all-girls school after school, and I just blast 50 Cent and stuff. Just like I was the
Just
sickest dude.
dropping pennies left and right.
And my little hatchback Mazda.
Like, oh my God, who is that legend?
Who's
know.
that? The car rattling for music. That's
It
sick.
did rattle. I remember having to put a rag underneath my number plates to stop them rattling against the car.
It's
Oh, the
funny
good
how
old
like
days.
I was only saying it like when I started seeing the girl I'm seeing now is like you don't realize how much the age we're getting to now is you've just had like a complete different life already. Like when you get in your
Yeah.
mid-30s, you're like, that's a whole different lifetime ago that you're doing that shit of like 15, 16-year-olds doing shit like that.
It feels weird, eh? Like to think
Yeah.
about that now, and it's like, man, wasn't that long ago? And,
No.
and like, how did all the time? No, if we had this conversation in front of someone that's 60, they're gonna laugh at us. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, like what is that? 20 years ago now? Like,
Yeah.
what happened in 20 years?
Yeah, if you talk about when you're 16, what's going to be going on in 20 years' time, that seems like forever away.
Yeah, you're like, you're off your head, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm going to go smoke a bong out the back of the building right now.
yeah.
I'm not worrying about that.
Yeah, I just learned how to wank. I'm gonna go fucking do that.
Back in 10.
How long you two known each other? I've never.
So who did we meet through? Jake, was it?
Definitely Jake Shaw.
Yeah, it would have been. Jake just brings everyone together.
I reckon it was pre-COVID. Maybe
Oh,
like...
it's definitely way before pre-COVID.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
fucking
no.
surely it was, 'cause
It was pre...
Sandbar days. I remember the first time you came down and we dressed you as an Arab into the restaurant and we were all drunk. And then you pretended to be a bomb scare. It was the dumbest thing
It was
ever.
not like that. We were trying to work out a way for me to sneak in the bar undetected and grab us a bunch of booze from the like fridge. And I was like, just chuck a sheet on me, boys. I'll just
Talking about this
sneak right in.
big beard going on and stuff. Like, it was super sussed.
Yeah, it was the
you get
worst
in?
idea. I did, yeah.
Or
And
Jake
got the
owned the
beer out.
restaurant.
Oh, that's
So
Jake.
I reckon
yeah.
I got
You
seen
built
by
that
like
beautiful bike.
4 people that were customers and then maybe 1 staff member, and they were like, what are you doing? I was like, I just need some beer. But we'd been on, like, we put on a motorcycle show on the foreshore. Like, we put on Moto Social at Sandbar, and we closed down the street and the footpath.
Yeah,
Had
yeah.
heaps of bikes there. So we'd been drinking all day, and this was at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And then we ran out of beer. We can't go to bed now. So someone had to take one for the team, snuck down into the restaurant, grabbed a carton of beer. Saved the
That was
day.
pretty funny, eh? Those are good old days,
But I reckon that was like the first Moto Social show. It would have been like 2018, I reckon.
Yeah, I knew you before that. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
because
don't even know.
we used to do
Maybe.
we used to do did it once the gentleman's ride there too, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. So that was the year after that we did the first show. So I met Jake because of that show. They wanted to put something on, and then we became mates through that. Then we did the show, and then I met Mikey, and yeah, so probably like 7 years or maybe.
Yeah, something like that. You know, it's
Maybe
like a
8.
fact that you got to know someone for 7 years till you know them really well. Like, if you know someone for 7 years, you're most likely going to be friends for life.
I have this thing which it just doesn't mean because I think it's fucking right, but I think like when you're around people that consistently just get new friends and never have old friends, you're like, you just get, you know, you're around new people, they're like, fuck, Mike's cool, eh? Like, I've just met him, he's a good dude. And then they keep getting new friends, so they keep getting that, like, new experience, but they don't have any old friends that kind of hold you accountable for the shit you do. I always be like, that's a bit weird. I don't know why you don't have any old friends. Like, I know you outgrow people, but, like,
Yeah, that's
everyone's
exactly what I was
new.
Yeah,
thinking.
not everyone.
Yeah, like, you outgrow people, but, like, every fucking person you've outgrown, that's a bit weird.
I certainly choose who I like to spend time with these days.
Yeah.
So I only very limited free
I
time.
don't see you much, eh?
I walked straight into that, eh?
You haven't seen
Hey, well, I'm here right now.
6 months working.
Damn, I walked into that, didn't
Yeah,
I?
I probably, like, I have a couple of friends from high school still that I'll talk to, but I reckon pre 22 or 23, I don't really talk to anyone from back then.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got maybe two or three friends from high school, but there's a group from high school, but you don't hang out with them anywhere now. I might see them once in a
Yeah.
blue moon in like
It's
6
not
months'
like-
time or a wedding or something like that.
Some of it I consciously turned away from. I was like, no, I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah,
But some of them, it's like, I still like them. It's
Yeah.
not like they're not my mate. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah.
see them anymore.
Yeah.
I still speak to heaps of people from high school days, though. I'm actually going to one of my mates' weddings next weekend back in New Zealand for it.
Yeah, right.
There's going to be heaps of dudes there, though, that I'm kind of looking forward to that I hadn't seen pretty much
Wow.
since I was living there.
Small town?
Auckland? Not really.
No, it's not really a small
No.
town.
No.
It's going to be good, though. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, I think you outgrow them for sure, but I don't know. When you just consistently keep getting new friends, like 5 years, I think is fine.
But
like,
you just
that's a
constantly
long
meet new
friendship.
people, too. You know what
Yeah.
I've always realised as well? Like, so there's so many people that they keep their circles quite small, especially as you kind of like learn new things and develop or grow as a person, and then like you have more people kind of trying to come into your circle, and you just got to kind of keep your circle close.
I'm always open to that. Like, I always like meeting new people and see what they're like. But then I do think I'm also not a business owner like you guys. Like, I know that sometimes you do maybe have to think something. I know you definitely with like competitors and so on that you do need to maybe be wary of like who's who.
Not so
from-
that people just want to just know you to say they know you or get free shit.
Would you get that with the
feel like
bikes? With people
No,
who surely want discounts
My
and stuff?
personality type doesn't allow it. I'm pretty
I
like
actually remember
abrasive.
thinking the first time I met
No.
you, I was like,
Oh,
this dude's
right.
a bit of a dick, eh?
Yeah, I just like I take a while to warm up to people, and it's like, but I don't suffer fools. I'm just like, whatever, dude. I
Yeah.
don't have time. I have a lot of good mates in my life, and I'm open to meeting new people. Like, made a couple of good mates in the last year or 6 months or whatever still, but that sort of thing, like, it's very obvious, when someone won't stop talking to me about my work or something like that, and it's just like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, guys will come and talk to me at social events or whatever, and I'm like, what if I talk to you about being a plumber right now? The whole fucking time.
Yeah.
I was like, I like what I do, and it's like a big part of my life, but it's very obvious and plain when they just won't leave it alone. I'm just like, shut the fuck up, mate. You pick it a mile away.
Yeah. Should we introduce what Tom does?
Well, both of you do. Yeah, go. So,
I call him the motorbike man, the god of motorbikes.
He basically trains dolphins. He's got nothing to do with motorbikes. He just
They
likes
ride
them.
motorbikes.
Yeah, dolphin motorbikes.
So you want to introduce yourself? Sorry, I got lost there.
Sorry, being a fuckwit then. Well, so what you guys do, both business owners. I mean, how long
I run a custom shop called Purpose Built Moto. We specialise in like high-end custom builds and restoration work. And on the side of that, we have an e-commerce like bike parts store.
But I would say the bike industry better than me. I mean, I would say that you'll have to be the top 5 in Australia, surely, for being known for what the bikes you do. You seem to have a pretty good name for yourself.
Yeah, we have a pretty good like name and rep. I think it depends on like what you're looking at, but we have a good profile, and like I more worry about our reputation than like our prominence. You know what I mean? Like I would rather 100 people think that what we do is absolutely amazing than 50,000 people just know about us.
Yeah,
do
true.
you know what I mean? It's like counts for more.
You're internationally recognised. You've been going on international trips over the last couple of years.
The Japan one
Then
was sick.
invited.
Were there invites to going over there and that?
Yeah, we did a project last year, and it got taken on. Like it's still on a tour of Asia at the moment. It's in Thailand, and so that was like pretty humbling experience. Super mad to be recognised and get taken over there. Like, paid for the bike to go over, put it on show. We did like talks about the machine and stuff like that, and have like guys walking around at the crowd in the show, and someone would be like, Tom, I watched all your YouTube videos for like 6 years or whatever.
Holy shit.
Guys with shops over there in Malaysia or Indonesia. It was super sick. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty
Was
cool.
that your own personal bike too that came over?
No, we had been contracted by Royal Enfield, the manufacturer, to build a promo bike or like a custom project for them. So they select different builders like around the world to do projects for them. And we got picked, and just decided to swing for the fences, and they liked it enough to send it overseas on a bit of a junket, which was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty cool.
And before you go, how long you been doing that now? What's that been now?
I started tinkering with bikes in 2016, started the business in 2019.
Shit.
Yeah.
2019. So, that's back when you're in that old shed.
We sort of like, I had the name and stuff a little bit before that, but I was literally like working on weekends out of my garage.
You're very similar start time to I am, eh?
Yeah.
Mr.
I think that's why we kept in touch more than like other guys that I met through Jake and stuff, because we were like literally at the same point. We used to talk about
ahead of me.
product development and stuff like that all the time. We'd have calls about like injection molding, and I remember phone calls when I was in my mermaid shop about, I was like, surf racks and all this stuff when you had that first design that you had. And
I always looked up to Tom. I was like, man, this guy's gone from being a sparky to building bikes. So like fabrication.
So that's your background. We're doing sparking.
says him with like 40 employees now.
Around the world.
Tom taught himself how to build bikes. Like he didn't go somewhere and learn it for 10 years, then start this brand.
Yeah.
He was a sparky, then learned how to run like lathes and CNCs and machine and everything with metal, welding and stuff, and built bikes. But didn't just build bikes, built like Australia's #1 like award-winning bikes that are now internationally recognized. Like that's cool.
Yeah,
to do.
That is really cool.
I am. I always say I'm proud of you.
I know you do. Me and Mikey have frank conversations about that sort of stuff. It's good to have a mate that you can talk to about that stuff. Like a lot of my other buddies are, they're doing well for themselves. They're like tradies and, you know, like might have their own contracting businesses and stuff like that. But I can't talk to them about like, you know, dumping heaps of money into Black Friday ads and nothing fucking worked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Mikey
yeah,
understands all
yeah.
that stuff. It's good.
Yeah, I've got the same. I've only got like a limited amount of people that I can have an educated conversation about that certain topics with, because a lot of people can't resonate with it.
Well, that's why I always found interesting about Jade, one of our friends. Her business was like, I found that interesting where like they get businesses together, and you'll pay like a monthly fee to come talk. And I was like, because I don't have a business, I'm like, why the fuck would I pay to do that? But she's like, yeah, but you don't come home and tell your partner that doesn't have a business about business, because they're just going to back whatever you say. Like, yeah, Tom, you're right. You are right. You are the best. Where like these other business owners like you guys can be like, well, you probably fucked up, Mike. There, that's what you did. Like, it's like
Fully. And a lot of people don't
accountable.
have people to talk to too.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a limited amount of circle. A lot of people own businesses, but they don't actually have much of, you know, a circle of friendship and stuff, you know. They're kind of, what's it called? Introvert?
Yeah.
Like, they're a bit more introverted and stuff. So these board kind of places are good that they can go there, you know, on a monthly basis and kind of list out some of their problems and exercise those
And be
problems
held
with other
accountable
people.
too, but
yeah.
you know, like
I
said,
remember when I met Jade a long time ago, we met out somewhere. We were at a restaurant together.
Probably when she
It was
lived with me.
You and I, and she was there with some other friends, and we were talking. And then I think 3 days later, she called me, like cold called out of the blue. She's like, "Oh, hey Jade, I do this and that," and I was like, I'm pretty sure we met on the weekend. She's like, "Oh, I don't know." And I was like, "I'm Mikey's mate." She's like, "Oh my God, how did I get your number?" I think she just like found it, like saw us online or whatever and just randomly called me.
That's so
but didn't know
funny.
that we just met a few days before.
Well, that's how I met you. I remember
Yeah.
the first time you rocked up on a Harley, I was like, dickhead.
yeah, especially with your V-Rod parked
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the most dickhead
The worst
bike.
And I was like, who's this bloke?
Yeah.
All tattoos,
That's when you're in
neck
South.
tattoos.
That's
and
when
stuff.
you're in Southport, eh? Yeah, that house in
I think it was
Southport.
Robina. Was it? Oh, was it? I remember
You had a
Robina
place
for
in
some
South.
reason.
You had a place in Southport,
We
but
did,
you were there for
yeah.
a short amount of time, and then you guys went down.
I
there.
remember you and more Robina. Maybe that was. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember going, what a dickhead. And then I started talking to you. I was like, yeah, it's all right. And then somehow
I
we
give that dickhead vibe, but like when people meet, they're like, hey, "This guy's a fuck with," and then they're like, "Man,
revving
oh,
the
he's actually
bike and
alright,
stuff
yeah,
down.
alright."
Which I used to always rev my bike everywhere. Now I look at people that rev their bikes and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
attention seekers.
Yeah, it depends what it is. If it sounds nice, I'm like, "That, I'd probably do
Yeah.
the same thing." If it sounds
Give
terrible,
the people what they want.
one fucking dickhead.
One thing on revving bikes though that you guys will know that a lot of people don't, you got to rev it sometimes for balance.
Well,
So some people don't
I'm
know
revving
that.
down gear. You know, rev check to get it down.
Yeah.
Like it just seems to select the gear better when you come down. But obviously the Harleys are.
I just do it so people look.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What do they say? Loud pipes save lives. Like,
Yeah.
which is true.
Yeah, my first road bike was a Ninja 300, and I had a Yoshi pipe on that, and I
That's
wring the
so sick.
neck off that thing. Just to wring the neck off it. And I remember like then wringing it off, going, "This actually sounds fucking good for a 300." And then now hearing you play, it sounds fucked.
But that's like the phases that you go
sounding
through.
bike
Though.
on the planet is like a Ninja 250, 300. For I reckon they are just the worst. Because every Uber Eats driver and his girlfriend gets that, and then they get a $30 pipe off eBay that's burnt out in a month. So it's just a straight pipe after a
They do,
while.
and they always sound like they're revving their tits off as well.
Yeah.
Hey, the funniest thing is like you just by like telling something that's so loud it has no power is when you can hear a car coming that's quick like a V8 and you and it's gone and you hear like yeah. And like how hard they're going at it, but it's
Yeah.
like walking pace past you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Ninja. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and then Pinny. What do you say?
Penny. You haven't called me Penny in a long
Pin.
time.
I call you Mr. Pin.
Mr. Pin, yeah, Mr. Pin.
I always keep thinking of something stupid to say about it, like drop a pin and stuff like that. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I've heard it all before, mate.
Yeah, yeah. So,
What do
I'll
I
shut
do?
up.
Well, I seem to make accessories for jet skis and car wash products.
Car wash products or boat wash products or
Boat
jet
wash
ski?
products, yeah. So seem to like.
Business-wise, it started with Jettech.
So I got
right?
Jettech and I got Saltshift. So I own two different companies.
Jettech, same time as Tommy, period?
2016 registered.
Yep.
Started designing the first board rack system in 2015. Registered the business in 2016. Pretty much launched it then because it took me 18 months to figure out this stupid product. You know what? I still look at this product and go, that is the dumbest product to try start a business on. Anyway, moving on from that. It taught me a lot of
I think
things.
it worked well.
So
you got
I could dive
recognised.
into it more.
Got recognised around the world for it.
Yeah, well, that was like one cool thing, but just something that costed $400 to sell for $600 just didn't make sense. You know, you might think, oh, it made $200, but you don't make $200.
Well,
You know,
marketing and
you got like all sorts of other overheads. But yeah, and then pretty much just started making all sorts of surf gear from using it all myself, and nothing really existed. And now we got like, man, in that brand, I think we got well over 50 products and 6 patents. And then just launched a warehouse in the US, and we got one here. And then I started Saltshift in 2020, so 6 years ago.
Was that 2020 you did that?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
I was
grown,
actually, because
eh?
I was editing a clip today, and I was going through history clips, and I was like, man, that's gone fast. And then I started...
You know what's funny with that? Sorry to cut you off. You know what's funny with that? Because I don't want to talk about it on here, but because I still feel there's something there. Is it must have been around then when I was selling excavators, and you were in near Harbour Town.
Yeah, and that other warehouse. Yeah.
And you only had been just doing it there, because then I was like to you, man, you know, machine industry, you got to be doing it.
Yeah, we still do, and I still think about it all the time.
I only spoke about the other day with Amber. I was like, fuck, man, I just seem like there's something there.
Nah,
Anyway,
I need well, we're going down. So Saltshift, I started that because at the time with Jettech, I had a lot less products, and I was like, once you buy it, it kind of lasts you forever. So I was like, oh, that kind of sucks, you know. So I still needed to do something that people kept using. So I thought, well, what's one thing that I've done? I've been a mechanic, I've been a car detailer, I've done jet ski and boat sales, and I've pretty much been a boat detailer since I was selling boats and having to wash them every day. I was like, well, I know how to clean things, so what have I got an audience for already? And that was jet ski, so I started like boat wash.
Yeah.
And then,
Is that how you come up with like doing that?
yeah, that's how I came up with it. So salt wash.
Interesting thing.
I
how you
literally
think,
design
so.
my stuff by accident. I'm like, I could
Well-
use one of those, and then I'll make a product out of it. That's so considered. I never knew
Everything that's designed has been from first-hand experience using it, and then going, oh, this product either one sucks, or two, something doesn't exist, and I need something to solve my problem right now. So I'll go back to the drawing board and then figure it out. But yeah, there's a pretty long conversation how it kind of comes to life from that, because not every single product, just because you have a good idea doesn't mean everyone else thinks it's a good idea. That's something I had to learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, started the Saltshift brand, and then that started kind of taking off throughout the COVID, but like it was pretty hard, like a lot of heavy competition out there. And then I invented a thing called a chassis flusher. So that's a funny story, because you know Josh Billett? Both you guys I think know Josh Billett. We come back from, it owns Black Label Automotive, the mechanic. So what does he ride? He rides the same bike as
same
yours.
as mine,
Yeah, so we come back to his
Lower
shop after Morton, and his hose is crimped onto his hose quick connect is crimped onto his hose, and he has to hold his hose on the frame. A lot of people don't know this. And then he's like, Mikey, you got to make something that can flush my rails out so I don't have to stand here for 2 minutes trying to do this, moving around the car. I'm like, dude, that's a good idea. So I went away, smoked a doobie, had a big long think about it. And then, 6 weeks later, I kind of like came back to him. I was like, dude, what do you think about this? But it was like a solid magnet, and I drilling holes in it. And I was like, dumbest idea to think of out of a solid magnet, because magnets, you probably know, like crumble,
brittle,
like they're
yeah.
brittle. Yeah. Anyway, but that was what started it. And then I ended up having a discussion with another mate who's Jamo. You know Jamo. Obviously, you know Jamo. And Jamo's like, why don't you use magnets and try press it into something? So like, I was like, dude, that's the best idea. So I can't even take credit for all this. Like, it was Josh's like instigated the idea into my head, based from a problem that we're experiencing at the time, trying to stand there and flush all our rails out with the hose. And then Jamo was that was quite a pivoting thing. So I was trying to think of all sorts of things. And when I was explaining the problem to him, he goes, why don't you press something like magnets in? Because he uses magnets to hold upholstery in the right spots. So he uses little tiny magnets. He was like, dude, you just need little ones and press it into something, which makes sense. So then I kind of went back and designed like a housing for it, and then they press into it and made like a nozzle that comes out. And then when I launched that, it went absolutely viral, and so many people were buying it. But there were so many haters going, why don't you just stick the freaking hose down? And then so many people going, man, this is the best thing. It's so easy. It's like one of those things though. It's
That's
like
good though. I think like
I
they
bet
either
so,
love it
yeah.
or they hate it.
well, it's
Still
like the
getting
same thing.
shower.
I can use a stump of wood for an axle stand, or I can use an axle stand, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
this thing gets in all directions, not just the bottom, but it's just a tool. But you buy it for like $80 or whatever it is,
You're right.
and then
You are
nail
right.
it in.
But yeah, it's like that's such a good way of saying it. It's like you can use a rock or a hammer. Like what the fuck? Like it's
like anything,
it's
man.
easier
Like,
things
yeah.
to do.
And that kind of took it off, and then we
That's
just
funny because I remember when you did that product, you were like, "This is cool," but I don't remember you being like thinking it was going to be like such a
I
game
had
changer.
no
thing.
idea. That was like quite a pivotal product at the time to launch the business, but then like to take it to the next level. Both the businesses have pretty much succeeded, I reckon. The only thing really is product has been the main thing, like developing something, and a lot of that product development from first-hand experience of doing lots of activities.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. But that's what I do, Saltshift and Jettech. I wash a lot of things and ride jet skis. He's the motorbike, I'm the jet ski.
It's a good life. It's a good life.
Somewhat. Every business when it gets to a scale, though, becomes somewhat the same. Like, you get the same headaches. You got accounts, finances, legal, staff, like, bills. Like, there's so much stuff that comes, there's enjoyable days and there's non-enjoyable days.
Yeah, sometimes you got to like take stock and stop a bit.
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes when I'm under pressure, I like say to myself, often I'm like, if 2016 Tom or 2019 Tom looked at what I was doing now, he would like cry happy tears.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to like stop and take note every now and again because the issues that you're facing are because of like wild success and moving forward.
I wouldn't have it any other
but
day.
it's so much more stress. Holy fuck, it's so much more stress.
If I'm not stressed about something, it kind of stresses me out more.
That sounds like a horrible
Fucking
cycle.
most horrible pyramid scheme in your own fucking head. Hey? Like,
It's
stress
like
with
that.
stress with stress with stress.
Yeah, like if I don't have problems going on, I'm like, something's wrong. Why is there no problems? There's always problems.
True.
Yeah.
This dude that I met in the gym,
I always
while
find it
ago.
as sorry to cut you off again, but I find it as more like growing, but too like if you plateau and you're like, I'm not really stressed about anything. Well, fuck, am I pushing it then? Like, am I pushing anything right now in life?
Yeah.
Like, am I just doing fuck all?
Yeah, you could do more.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah. I feel like if I'm not growing, someone's just going to take what I've got. Like what I've built, someone else with a lot of money will just come in and replicate what they can. And they've already got market share, staff, teams, like everything to do it, and then just dump it. So I'm like, I feel like the urgency every single day. Shit, got to get up at 4 a.m., got to start doing this.
Yeah.
Which
So you're
is
saying someone at the gym with
Yeah, this dude, Connor, he's got a massive business and he's pretty smart, a very interesting guy. And he told me, I can't remember where I was going with this, but like majority, 50% of your problems though still comes down to people managing everything, which is something that I've been learning lately. Like, comes down to people when you get to a certain size as well, just having a good team.
Is it hard to let go of stuff too? Like, you guys having your products and like letting people, I guess, do that part in your business, like hoping they're going to have the same respect and or drive of what you guys have, kind of thing, or?
Yeah, I haven't really gotten to that point yet. I've had staff before scale back, and like it's sort of we're in a transition period now where I'm sort of actively seeking for someone to come in and partner with on the e-commerce side, because all of my like creativity and mental capacity is taken up with creating the motorcycles and doing that sort of work, which is what I love and that's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And then product design. So I'm handling it all right now, but I'm starting to seek out someone to come on board and sort of take the reins with the e-commerce and as like a partner rather than an employee and sort of start to hand that over. I think it gets to the point where it's like you're limited in your capacity. Like I could work more, but I would have no life and I don't want that anymore.
True.
So you got to like, again, take stock and be like, what do I actually want out of this? Do I want to flog myself to death and handle everything? Or am I willing to relinquish some control? And it'll be like, you got to put the right person in place, but long term, two great people can get so much more done. Like one person can get X amount of things done. Two people can probably get 4 times that amount done, because you have your own capacities and then your team capacity. It's like exponentially beneficial if you get the right guy.
Yeah.
Most people will never have the same amount of capacity as the founder as well, I've noticed. Like,
100%.
I've got a guy called Aaron. His capacity, he's been with me for a few years. Like, man, he's smarter than I am.
Yeah, you
like,
speak
he can
highly
do
of
a
him.
lot. It's I always say with capacity with people too, like, you know, in your iPhone, let's say you got a 256 gig iPhone, you get to 250 gigs, your phone starts glitching out. That's what like happens to your brain. You start glitching out. Like you can't actually do more. You start for you walk out the door and you forget that you left your keys inside. You know, like stupid little things like that. Or you thought you replied to someone but you didn't. Man, I still do that so much.
Yeah, I was talking to some like older friends of mine recently about it, and one thing I noticed when they're talking about their work and stuff is they create space where they're just like, this is my time to not be doing any actionable tasks. I just sit and think and have like creative time. It could be something totally unrelated to their show. It could be about a future idea. It could be anything. But I find like the people that I talk to that are really successful and that I look at and I'm like, I would like that type of success. They always create room for themselves to just like chill out.
That's what that dude at the gym
so
says.
They're not at capacity.
He goes away like once every, he was like, I come back, I work 60+ hour weeks, but every like 3 months or something, he'll go away for like a week or so. No emails, no phone, nothing. Just snowboards, surfs, does whatever. Yeah. Zero work, resets, comes back. He's like, dude, you need those reset times. Like, without those reset times, like, I've experienced it already. I've become more self-aware of it over probably the last 6 to 12 months that I still don't give it to myself, but you need it. Yeah, 100% need it, eh?
Yeah, I use it as with me with my daughter, like, because I have a 50-50s. I use that as what it is like 50% of my time is being a dad. Like, obviously, I still work full-time, but I spend the rest of the time with my daughter where I get to just relax and not be stressed about things. And then the other 50 is like Wednesday, she goes to her mum, and then it's like, okay, the next days is like, okay, then I got gym that night, or I'm doing comedy that night, or I'm doing a podcast that night, or I'll work till 10 o'clock at night. Like just using that time to do the things I want to grow with. And then when I'm with my daughter, I get to kind of reset where we just get to be with. Like,
be present.
Be present, be more time. Or when I've had like, it's funny, you know, you guys saying that too. When I've had like business friends that are business owners on here as well, the thing they like about doing it when we always finish it, they're like, fuck, I love that. I didn't have to touch my phone then for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I do that when I go camping sometimes. It's really tricky though, because when I camp, I need to get content, it's a real controversial thing. Like, but as soon as that sun goes down, I'm like, no phone. I actually went on a trip with one of my mates, Matt Baker, who runs a pretty big YouTube show. Brand pretty much Explore Life, and it was it would have been a year and a half or so ago. We went to Vic High Country, dude. I left the Melbourne 4x4 show stressing out. I was ringing Aaron, going, "What the fuck?" I can't even remember what I was stressing about, to be honest, but like something like. And I was like, I was driving to where we were about to meet up on the day, nearly going to turn around and bail and just drive straight back to the Gold Coast. I was that stressed, and I was like, I need to attend to this stuff. Anyway, Aaron's like, nah, go. So I went, and then we're in Vic High Country, so like in the middle of winter, it was snowing on the first night, like no one's there, no reception, and Matt's got Starlink though, so like, and what he does is like, you get 1 hour a day at the end of the day for Starlink, other than that, no phones, and he had no reception.
That's cool.
5 days, no reception. I drove out of that joint after 5 days, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize how much I needed that. Like, phones are toxic, man.
Fuck yeah.
I see this all the time, people walking along Burleigh, like, fucking girl, like, it's always like the good-looking girls, hot girl walks, fucking, and they go there on their phone, like, and they're just scrolling Instagram, and I'm thinking, why don't you fucking talk to your mate next to you? Or, I say it all the time, because I always go to the beach on the e-bike, have my quick coffee.
That's pretty wild.
Dude, it's pretty gnarly. It's bad. I always see it, and I'm like, and it irritates me.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
so
too, I'm
weird.
like, people on their phones, and this is going to sound real bad, the more you're on your phones, the more my businesses grow, because e-commerce, everyone's glued to it. But that is the reality of the world we live in now. But I think people need to be more self-aware how much time they spend on their phones, because it's toxic, man. Like, it's like gets in your head, and just looking at it and consuming so much shit within a short period
100%.
of time, and mixed messages. Like, you think about how many. I'm not that educated on this, but you think about the evolution of life of like humans. You know, at least for the last like 500+ years, 1,000 years, you know, humans been somewhat the same. But then within the last, like, how long iPhone's been out? 20 years, social media and stuff, 15 years.
No,
all of a sudden,
iPhone's been.
you know, humans haven't adapted in 15 years.
Before that, it was like Blackberries and
was-
stuff
yeah,
like
but
that. You
social
started
media.
to be like more and more connected all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're all connected. So like, humans haven't changed, and then all of a sudden we've just got this whole new psychological angle on us. Eh?
Well, they talk about that because obviously I'm very aware with having a daughter. Like, see, with screen time, like she doesn't have an iPad and never have given her an iPad. She's nearly 4, but I just don't see like why the fuck am I shoving that in
Dude,
her
I had a
face?
mate who
I
was
would,
having
though.
heaps of like behavioural problems with his daughter who's 6. She's like great kid, so nice and like really polite and sweet, but she was just like being a asshole.
Yeah.
They like totally cut out YouTube and they're like, mate, you would not believe
The
like
difference.
overnight is like almost instantaneously their kid was so much better. Like you can talk to her now. She's
Yeah,
more like,
fuck.
yeah, it's crazy the big difference that it made.
I've thought about that a fair bit. Like, I don't have a kid, but I'm like, when I have a kid, I want them. This is one thing I didn't do
So
in
you're
school.
going to say because you want to be like missed out because they're not going to have the same.
No, but
experience with them.
the way the world goes now and is going is so digitally orientated. Like your jobs, your skill sets, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You want. This is.
But I agree with you. But the Apple, the owner of Apple, owner of Microsoft and everything, they've all said they don't give the kids anything until they're 12.
I think that's the thing. Like, I would give my kid like pretty much from 5 like a tablet, but there would be like 3 apps on there or something. You know,
Yeah.
It would be like a mind game app, like a kid's version of a mind app. You know how you get little games that they put the slots in or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that. There would be. Just like there would be, I'd look into it more at the time. I haven't looked into it because I don't have a kid, but like stuff that I wouldn't have on YouTube, no social media, not even probably the internet, just basic stuff like that. So they work their way around a screen and still software and things.
Yeah.
And I still like, even going all the way up to as long as I could to, let's just say at like 14, 15, like limited amount of usage on any type of like digital device. But I know for myself, like, dude, I didn't even know how to open Microsoft Word and write a document like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, no idea.
But that's the thing they say now is that technology is changing so much. Like it's so consistently changing that that's what people are like, oh, I don't want to be like, at least they'd be able to use an iPad and stuff like. But in 10 years' time, when they actually are 10 years old, it's not going to be an iPad anymore. Like it'll be something absolutely hectic.
No, but I think it's still the subconscious behavior of knowing how something works. Like I
Yeah.
see old boys, I've seen dudes in their 50s that are a wizard on a computer still, but that's because they've been part of the process
Yeah.
the whole way. But I
But
don't know.
it's intuitive about what they do.
But
it's like
times-
Amelia doesn't
screen
have
time.
my phone.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it
She
to.
will grab my phone and know how to click onto YouTube, but she doesn't have my phone.
Yeah,
But like they
right.
just watch it, man, because they watch what you do, and it's like
Yeah.
insane how much they can pick it up. But what I was gonna say with that is when we were kids and we would watch, movies and stuff like that, they reckon that's the major big difference is because a TV's on a wall, so when mum would walk into the room and say, "Hey guys, dinner's ready," there's a disconnect. But when you're like this on the couch, there's just no disconnect. Like that's
Yeah.
why it's like so hard for them to break traction with it because you're just so it's in your face like that. Like
I guess you could change it'd be easy to influence your kid's perception on what that thing is though. Like,
yeah.
get them to look at it like a learning tool
Yeah,
or, rather
yeah.
than just this thing that's there to entertain you all the time.
Yeah.
Look at it like a tool,
that's
something that you
exact-
learn on, something that you can work on, you know what I mean?
That's such a good way of putting it. Learning tool. And that's probably where I was going with. Like, it's not there for entertainment as such. It's there for learning.
Yeah.
That's one thing because I wish I learned. I left school at 15 or something and computers weren't really a thing back then.
No.
And one thing I really wish I learned in my teens, in my early 20s, was how to use a computer. I literally was so bad, even till like probably like 5 years ago. COVID. Man, even like 3 years ago, I had no choice but to learn a computer. Within 1 year, I learned how basic fundamentals of graphic design and use Canva, but Canva's like the basic version, like the dummies version. But the fundamentals of it, I learned how to edit things on editing software. I learned, what else did I learn? I learned attribution softwares. I learned how to build websites. I learned how to run Facebook ads and somewhat email and Google as well, all within the space of the year. And it was the most stressful time trying to learn every platform because this is people's like full-blown trades that
Yeah.
they learn over like 3-4 years. I was trying to learn everything so I can have a conversation and actually do anyone's job if I had to within 1 year.
Yeah.
But I always thought, man, if I knew how to do even these days, like I'll sit next to Aaron. Aaron's a wizard on a computer. He just has all these shortcuts that he can do everything really quick. And I'm like, God damn, that takes me like fucking 20 seconds to drag
What
that
is
over there.
this
And
sorcery?
I look at it and I'm like, how did I not know that?
I know. I had to go over to the Mac
Level
with
15 druid.
yeah. I had
wild.
to get like the new Mac because they're editing and this stuff. They're like, oh, you got to get the Mac. You got to change over. And then just like watching the editors at work, like showing you like the tricky shit with the mouse. Like there's so many like functions you could have on the Mac mouses and then like different keys that do shortcuts and stuff. No, did you not did that? I'm like, why the fuck would I know that, man? Like, why would I know that?
I've literally thought so many times, I should just go do like a 1-day Apple crash course or something.
Well, they do that too. You walk past it and you're like, fucking losers.
walked
Be like,
in there.
See, is that Mike?
I've literally walked in there and gone,
and then you're outside Googling, like, how do I do this?
I've literally walked into an Apple store before to get something, and then they were doing a whole course, and I'm like, these idiots doing, They don't know nothing. And now I'm like,
You're paying one of them to show you how to do it.
yeah, I'm like, I should probably know. I should probably do that. We can save you lots of time. But yeah, anyway, moving on from that.
What's it like? I guess both of you too is like is having a business, but it's like things that you love doing. Like, does it kind of fizzle out? Like I had a mate, not the same, but it was still work. He's loved Harleys, like loved them, loved riding bikes. Always read them. Chris, I don't know if you met him, Irish Chris, but then he went and worked for Harley and sold Harley, and he fucking hates Harleys now. Like he will never ride one again, being around them all the time. Like,
Yeah, I try to be really diligent on that. Like I love working on motorcycles. Like if you ask me to go for a ride or go work, it's the same thing for me. Like I like it just as much, both using my machines or whatever. But I don't like ride motorcycles for work, so that's my break or whatever. But I work diligently at not letting myself get to hating it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's started to happen before, and then you got to like take a break, change tactics, do something here. But I reckon it's something you got to work at a lot.
I reckon your work, I think I've said this to you before, like you're an artist. Like you go to art expeditions. I don't know anyone else that goes to art galleries like and look at a paint and then I'm like, what the hell?
I always remember I forget where we were on holidays together somewhere, and I was like, oh, they got a really epic exhibition at the gallery, and Mikey's like, do you go to that shit? I was like, I like it.
I would love for you to go just to film it, just to watch
Oh
you.
my
in that
God, I
reality.
couldn't imagine. He'd be like asleep on the bench outside.
Oh,
like, I
he'd
could do
keep
that
telling you
in
that he
half
could
an
do
hour.
that. Yeah, you'd be doing that.
Dude,
I could bulb that. I could bulb that up 2 seconds.
funny. And like with all earnest, he was like, you go to art galleries?
But Tom's form of expressing his art is in motorcycles.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I also think you're
Yeah.
so successful. Like, that's where you express it. But I've always thought it interesting how you build, like, iconic motorcycles, but you go to art galleries. The link, though, there's a link between that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a reason
yeah.
why you go to art galleries is
Yeah.
because you enjoy art, but you express your art not in paintings, but in motorcycles.
Yeah.
Which is way cooler.
It is, yeah, it's like, I guess it makes it easier for you to carry on loving it you like, the artistry comes into it a little bit when you're like, when you beat and like, a customer's not paying an invoice or they're being a dick or like I made a mistake and I'm like working for a week or two to fix it.
Yeah.
Got to remember why you love it. And that's where like the art and the love comes into it. It's sort of like anyone can do what you do, but when it gets hard, some people will pack up and finish. But the driver for me is like the artistry and the love behind what I do, and that'll keep me going when the shit hits the fan. It's happened a few times, like where I was literally like, I'm fucking hanging it up. And then I take a break, remember why I like it, like why I got started, and then you can go again.
Yeah.
Same as you though. You sort of like, I said to Mikey just before we walked in, he's like, dude, I've been working 60-hour weeks. I'm like, man, I see you out surfing and camping all the time. He's like, that's my work. I was like, yeah, fair enough.
It is though, like, I was in WA last week, sick time, but, well, I'm blessed. It's a blessing and also a curse, but ADHD, like, I can't stop. Like, I literally can't stop, and it's extremely exhausting, but at the same time, because I got that, like, I can go, and get so much done, but, like, on the weekend.
That's why you smoke weed, but all jokes aside, isn't it? It helps you.
Yeah,
kind of
I don't really
focus a
care
bit
if
more.
anyone judges me on like smoking weed.
I don't
I
think
don't
anyone does.
smoke when I wake up. I don't necessarily smoke it every day, and when I do smoke it, I don't smoke it in copious amounts. I only need a little bit, And what that does is it calms my mind and puts me to sleep, because otherwise I also have to listen to a podcast when I go to sleep, because if I don't, I also continue thoughts in my head. And like, not like bad thoughts, just like,
I've got to kill that person.
It's more like, what am I going to do about that product? Or what am I going to do this? Or, I did this today and that could lead to that. Like, and I'll be there for an hour. But if I do that and listen to a podcast and I put on a timer, I go to sleep, and it keeps me asleep throughout the night, which is the main thing. Like, and my sleep is so freaking important. If I don't get 7 hours of sleep, it's crazy. The next day I'll lose I put it like this, like I need 7 hours to run at about 8 hours. I run fully 100%. 7 hours I'll run at 80%. I need to run at 80% every day. If I have less than 7 hours, like 6 hours, I'm like 60%. 5 hours, I'm like 40%. Like, my sleep affects me massively.
Really?
Yeah. So like having like a little doobie at night, just a tiny little bit, like it's like 5-6 drags, that puts me to sleep and keeps me asleep all night. And then I'm good to go the next day. If I don't, and even if I don't, like, and I got no problem, like, I can easily go travel for 2-3 weeks and not have to. It doesn't faze me at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's no problem. But my sleep's just aren't as good. It doesn't change. Even like 2-3 months go by, it still doesn't change. But it's like, it's managing. A lot of people can't do this though. They can't. Like, when I was younger, I used to fucking smoke bongs all the time and stuff like that. And it doesn't agree with everyone the same. I think it doesn't agree with you, but like, it doesn't seem to affect my performance or anything what I do.
Yeah. A lot of dudes smoke it with jiu-jitsu. I mean, if I was stoned right now, I'm trying to fight someone, it's the fucking last thing I'd want to do. They just fuck you. They just fuck you up.
You're the big spoon today.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm just done.
I'm like, I only do it at
touch
home.
it either, really.
No, I can't.
I'm useless.
Yeah.
I just like, I can do it and watch a movie if I want to fall asleep halfway through. More than that, you're not getting anything out.
No.
Yeah, but when I smoke, I'm like, I don't go smoke and then go.
I think one did something then. You keep going, but yeah.
Oh, can I take a quick piss break then?
Well, no, because it's still going.
Damn. Can you just like chop it back? I'm really busting here.
You can. Yeah, you go because you
Where do I go?
Just out there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I always wondered that, but I didn't know if it would affect like the passion side of it of that. But I guess
I had a mate who was like a high level freestyle motocross athlete, like top tier, really good. Like, he's a lot of guys' heroes sort of thing from back in the day. And I talked to him about it, and he said, because he retired really early, he said to me, and I'll like always remember this. He's like, don't ever let anyone make the thing that you love into the thing that you just do to make money. He's like, that's what happened to me, and I had to quit. And he's like, I hate it every day that I let it get to that point. And he's like, he's still around motorcycles and it sort of gets into it periodically, but it's sort of like, and I can't speak for him obviously, but from what I see from the outside, it looks to me like he almost has like a PTSD from it, where he gets, like, when he starts to get into it too much, he pulls away a bit because he's like, I can't let that happen again. Yeah. Like, I don't want to get into it so much that I end up hating it again. Yeah, and I just like, it was like a off the cuff comment from my mate, and I was like, it stuck with me. I like remember it so vividly in his shed working on a bike, and I was like, I'll remember that forever. Yeah. And it stuck with me. It sort of like reminds me, when shit's tough or whatever, and I just got to take stock. Don't let it get to the point where I hate it. Yeah, yeah. Because it does get tough. Like when the thing that you love is also the thing that, pays your mortgage and puts food on your table and stuff like that. You can get mixed up really quick. Mm.
Yeah, one of my good friends that I work with, Aaron, he's an ex-AFL player, like played for 7 years for the Suns and then played for some team down in Melbourne for 5 years, and it's his whole kind of career. And same thing. It's like, it's not a negative thing, but it is like kind of PTSD. He doesn't even want to kick a ball because then he's like, I'm either fucking all in or I'm not. He's like, and it's like, I just don't want to do it. Don't touch
like,
anymore.
If they like get into it a bit too much, it like wakes the beast up inside of him.
Like,
I just got to go.
This. I could keep going. Like, he retired at 34. You're like, fuck. Like, it's but that seems like a rough thing too. Like he was saying, as like a sporting side of your business, he's like, it's so rough because you have a bad day in your business. It's you just go home and you can think about it and so on. But he's like, I have a bad day and it's in the papers. And the next day people
That'd be
going,
tough.
"Oi, tell me what happened, man. Why'd you fuck that build up? I see on the papers you fucked that build up." And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, I didn't play well. You're like, oh wow, it sucks, eh? Like it's just
I
so
reckon
much.
being an athlete would be stressful. I actually had one of my cousins in Canada was a professional ice hockey player.
Yeah, right.
And he was like leading into a very successful career. Like he left school early, full time, traveling US, Canada, playing ice hockey. But I think it was like maybe his late teens or something. Or early 20s. He quit. It might have been late teens because he was like, you know how you have your main team and then it's like, you know, when you're underage, like he was in that kind of league.
Like a feeder team sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like underage, like thing, but they're the underage of the country kind of thing. I don't know all the details, but anyway, he was goalie for ice hockey, and he ended up kind of crumbling a bit on pressure. Just the pressure was just too much because if you miss a goal, it's the whole team looks at you, you know, and their family and friends and everything like that. And he ended up just choosing, going, you know, I don't want to have a life like this, like with the stress. I reckon at being an athlete, and I've got a fair few mates that are professional athletes, like that to do that. On the outside, it looks like the sickest lifestyle. And I would say, if you make it and you retire and you've done well and had a successful career, you got a pretty sick retirement because you've built that up. You've got coin, you know. You got a lifestyle with it. But to build into that, like competitions, like the mental state they got to be in, the amount of training they've got to do, repetitions, like the anxiety you get, like the publicity if you screw it up. Like
that'd be tough.
I reckon it'd be being an athlete is not as easy as
like
what most people think.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
you belong
you're not
to
good,
the team.
you're out. You
Or
can't.
the fans, you belong to the fans almost.
Oh, 100%. It's like, like I don't know how people do that UFC. Like I love MMA, and you're like, you do jiu-jitsu comps, and I'm doing it in front of 1,000 people, and my anxiety's through the roof of something that you can do in training, and you get out there, everything's all floppy because you're so fucking nervous and like you're gassing yourself. They're doing it in front of 20,000 people with cameras in your face and music blaring and people saying "fuck you," like it's like, and you get out there to just punch the fuck out of each other. It'd be the most terrifying thing in the world. Look sick, but terrifying as like it'd just be so full on. And then I think it's funny too because you watch them as well. Is like they're not movie stars. They're not trained in certain aspects of stuff, and they're fighters. Like their job is to beat the shit out of people, and you got people in the crowd going, "You're a fucking loser." You're like, man, he just beat the shit out of you. Like, he's not an athlete. He's not a football player. He's like, he just beat the shit. He's an angry man. Like he's gonna fuck you up.
That's so true.
It's just funny.
Yeah, it's funny that like fighters get away with. Can you imagine if people in the AFL mouthed off like UFC fighters? They would just get rinsed. But they're like the fighters aren't held to that sort of standard. Just like they talk so much shit.
Well, that's what builds the anticipation of a fight too. You know,
not even just that. Like there's that
crowd?
that Sean Strickland guy.
Oh yeah.
My God, he's like,
dude.
He's so sexist, so racist,
that
and he
Sean
just
dude?
gets away with
he's
it.
fine. No, but this other dude is like American dude.
Yeah, he's just like a redneck. So that's his whole thing.
Yeah.
Awesome fighter, but he says some real out of pocket stuff. Just
when you're saying like to the crowd, not to like
just as media. Just be saying to media
interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
it's wild. But when I see that, I'm like,
it gets attention while we're talking about him.
Bailey Smith said,
yeah. He's been banned. Fuck.
Yeah, that's it. Career done.
Well, there was one guy that he, I don't like it, but he ended up. He wasn't even fighting. He was in the crowd because a lot of them sit ringside, like we're watching the fights. And a dude yelled out to him, like, up a tier in the crowd, like, "You're a fucking loser." And he just ran up there, climbed up the railing, and the dude's like, "Hey, I didn't mean it." He grabs, like, his hair, and he's just like, "Don't fucking say that." And he's like, "Yeah." Anyone else did that? Like, a football player jumped over the crowd to yell at someone, but, like, he physically grabbed him, and everyone's just cheering at it, thinking it's funny.
Yeah.
But, like, anyone else would have been banned for life, whatever sport that would be.
But when you get to your retirement, like, man, if you make it through your career and it works out, which not all of them do, like you have one injury and you're done, you know? You can be out and you can have that injury in your late 20s and you've just spent the last 10 years, you know, and your teens go into that. And then it's like, what do you do now? Do I go just start a Sparky apprenticeship at 30 years old?
Yeah, you got to put it all on the line.
Yeah, it's hard. And it happens to a lot of them. Like, I don't know too much about it, but like I dare say there's way more athletes don't make it than the ones that do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be hectic. I mean, Aaron's a switched on dude. He's 34. He's got a missus and a couple of kids, but like, you know, they make serious amount of coin. You know, you're talking like $500,000 a year or whatever it is they're making. But they give them financial planners too, because like a lot of them go buy a fucking bullshit house for $2 million, and then they retire at 34, and then it's like, okay, well now like you own a house outright. That's great. You got $2 million there, but where's your income? Where like he diversified his portfolio, he got a few properties, invested in things, and now he just works to just work, like just to do a little bit on the side.
What does he do?
He works for me, just selling house and land. Yeah, so just doing that. But he's got no stress because he doesn't care. It's not anything to him. He's had his career and he's done that now.
Which is kind of sick.
So sick.
I got a mate that did really well in his career in sporting. I won't say what he does or who he is, but he did really well. He's got like 7-8 properties or something.
Yeah.
And makes like near $1 million.
Passive income off
yeah,
that,
or something. Like massive amount of coin every year just from that. But what he did is just every bit of winnings throughout the career, just invested it in, you know, and then just now makes good amount of money every year.
Yeah.
Just smart. Just put it, you know, invested it. Didn't go blow it out partying and buying stupid stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's like why I sold out of that Pontiac. That car I just bought was just like, I'm not.
Oh, you sell it?
Yeah. I'm just not mechanically minded like you guys. Like, I bought this car. It's a good car. Got it, you know, well priced and that. But great motor. But like, I had it 3 months and took it out like 10 times. I always wanted American muscle. Really want this thing. Get it, and it was just like, first time I drive it, for some reason the battery just fucks out completely. The car dies. Got to get it towed home because it just won't start. Next thing you drive it, alternator's fucked. Then check it at Gibbo's house, and Gibbo's like, dude, this alternator's fucked, and it's actually the live wires hanging out the bottom bouncing around your engine. He's like, how did that not catch fire? And I was like, I fucking don't know. $3,000 later, got to get new cooling going, got to get all this stuff done to it. Then you're driving it, and then all of a sudden it just turns off for no reason, coasting down Burley Hill, and it's like drum brakes and no brakes, and it's auto, so I can't just put it in park. So like, I was just like, this is just, it ruined the fun for it.
I feel like I struggle with that sometimes. Like the first 6 months of you owning like a toy is so critical to how you view
100%.
that toy from then on.
Yeah,
So it's like,
that's a good point.
I work super hard to make sure that when we hand over bikes, like inevitably they will always come back once for at least something. But I have checklists a mile long before they go out the door because I don't want that experience for my customers. You know what I mean? So it's like everyone's had it before where you buy this dirt bike. You buy a dirt bike when you're a kid and you're like, yeah, this is going to be the sickest thing ever. It's got a new sticker kit.
Yeah.
Like run it for a few track days, starts to lose power, feels weird. Take it into the mechanics, are like, mate, this thing needs a whole top end, and you're like, and it just like it tarnishes what you think about that machine.
Yeah.
But if you have that backup of like 6 months or 12 months worth of good times on it, and then it starts having a few dramas, and you got to do a bit of work on it, at least you love the thing already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what most of the time. Like I think I was saying to you when you buy a jet ski, don't go buy an old one. Don't buy something like buy near new, if not new. Because the amount of headaches, especially jet skis, are like high revs, salt water, high impact, incompetent people a lot of the time. You know, like it's just a recipe for things to go wrong.
Man, they're an odd fucking machine, eh? Like I've always wanted to get
very
one.
odd.
They make zero sense to me.
Dude, and I've always wanted to get one just because it's like there's another lifestyle of the Gold Coast that you're missing out. Like, I know people that like yourself been on the water for ages, like everyone's like, oh, fuck off, tipplers. But like, I've never been there, maybe once on your boat with you and your old man that time. But I'm like, I've never really been out there. So it's like you get a jet ski and it's just so sick to ride something out there. But if it's not a flat day, it is the shittest thing in the world because there's no suspension. You're just doing the and you're like, this is fucking annoying. I'll slow down, maybe slow down. I'll go fast, and you're like, fuck, get me off this annoying thing.
Dude, I did 660 Ks up to Gladstone. I was like, and it was hectic. It was like 20 to 30 knots southeasterly, so pretty much just blowing side onto us, like 2-3 meters of swells the whole time. Like two dudes broke their ankles, I think. And man, I could not think of anything worse. Like I will do it again, but I could not think of anything worse. Like it was boring.
That's like the same. That's
there's
like
no
the
cruise
same
control
driver
too.
that makes people run a marathon.
There is cruise control.
There is on your
Oh, yeah?
rig?
Yeah, so skis have cruise control where you push the button, and what it is, you would have noticed, like, it's hard, it's hand fatigue, balancing throttle, but you just got to squeeze it. So you just squeeze it. So you just hold the handlebars. So that's your cruise control. Then there's a button go up and down. But if you let go of it, the skis stops. But if you imagine if you had cruise control and you're not holding the thing, and you fall off, the thing keeps going kind of thing while you got kill cords.
Oh,
but yeah.
right. So you hold it down and then you can bump it up and down the
Yeah,
speed.
you just squeeze the throttle. So it takes all your hand fatigue. It actually makes it way easier.
Right. Glad you
But
told
yeah,
me
man,
now.
I love being on the water and stuff, but I primarily use my skis for doing stuff on the water.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
surfing is the main thing, fishing, or occasionally still touring, like going to Moreton Island and going to Tipplers and stuff. But going out for a ride, you do a few spins, go 100 Ks. Yeah. Get over it. Like, it's fun though. What I'd like to do though is like take other people, and I get enjoyment out of seeing them go, because I forget that driving a ski for me, and not sound like a spoiled dude, but like it's like driving a car now, because I've used it so much. Like I use that as well, it's my work too, but like as a means of transport. So like getting to the surf breaks, getting to the fishing spots, it's like it becomes normal. But it's easy to forget that someone else jumps on it, like you were just saying, and it's like, whoa, this is a whole new lifestyle and stuff. But as soon as you get like heaps of chop and stuff, it can be very unpleasant. You want to pick your days.
Yeah.
Or you want the right Jettech gear.
Yeah.
Just take
Plugs it.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I've just been teaching one of my mates to ride.
Yeah.
And I love teaching people how to ride,
same.
because I've been doing it since I was, I think, 13. I got my first dirt bike. So I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's just something that I know how to do. And watching my mate learn how to ride and seeing him like fizz about it, it's so sick, because it reminds me, I was like, oh, that happened to me when I was a kid, and you just thinking about your motorbike, cleaning your motorbike, lubing your chain on your motorbike. You're just like, everything is about it. And he's sort of the same, like chilling on the couch, and he's just flicking through marketplace listings. I took him on Wednesday to buy his first bike, checked it out for him, Kyle.
What did he get? But was
He bought a 1985.
You're talking about,
1985 SR 500.
Yeah.
And he saw it, and I was, for the same price that he paid, he could have probably bought a 2020 or 2022 bike sort of thing, pretty new. But this is like, and he's like, I know it's not the right decision, but it's cool, and I like the way it looks, and I don't care, I'll learn how to fix it. And I was like, mate, you're preaching to the converted here. Like, I'm all about this.
You're preaching to the motorbike guy.
All of my bikes are old and gnarly to maintain and stuff. I was like, I'm here for you, mate. Let's go. So I went and checked it out for him. But it's sick seeing someone like just when you see them like go down the slippery slope into just being like all about it, and it's happened to him. I was like, yeah, got him.
It's funny, like just been riding bikes so long as well. Like, it's so funny watching the waves. It's like just waves, hey. Like there was like, when I was in the sports bikes, all your mates, there's like 10 of us had sports bikes, and they all phase out. And then it's like you get a Harley, and then everyone gets like Harleys, not because of me, just but people getting them, and then you're around there, but they all phase out. People have kids and whatever it is. But people just like slowly come in and go out and come in and come out of it.
Was our mate that, or it was your mate that had one? We went for a ride with him. He was a good rider too.
Scotty,
yeah. I see him every now and then.
Yeah,
He's
Scotty's
a
a
nice
legend.
dude. But he phased out.
You know Scotty,
Oh, yeah.
he's surfing the
Who
fucking...
doesn't know Scotty?
So he was a wild unit, eh?
Scotty's he's got 3 boys now, eh?
I know
That's what he was
Scotty a little
saying.
too well.
Yeah, I know. Scotty's a funny guy, eh? He's the one that they always say at the gentleman's ride about you can't surf your Harley, because he surfed it.
There's a
few
photo.
Yeah.
There was a photo of him over Currumbin Bridge, standing on his tank and seat in a suit, going like standing up on his bike,
Yeah.
surfing
That's
it
pretty
over Currumbin
gangster.
Bridge.
Here we are,
He
riding
always
off
does,
people doing
but he
wheelies,
always
but
does
that's
it,
cool.
gets naked or gets his ass out or whatever it is and surfs. And you're like, man, if you come off naked, would be the most fucking embarrassing thing.
Everyone
in the world.
needs a Scotty, I reckon.
I know.
Yeah.
I love that dude. Eh? We had some fun times in
He's a
Vietnam.
funny dude.
Um,
I'm about to go to Vietnam in like 4
yeah?
weeks. Yeah.
yeah, sick.
Bike tour or what?
Yeah, bike tour. So I organised my mate's Bucks party,
Shit.
and we're going for 10 days and doing like a 5-day ride.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I did that one with Iron and Rez. Remember they did that for you?
Yeah, this
And that
is
was
just
sick.
a random tour company I got recommended. I reckon I put up a story on my Instagram saying, hey, I'm looking for recommendations on a tour company. I could have, asked or told people my mum died and I wouldn't have got so many replies.
Really?
Like I had my inbox was just pummeled with like
A lot
my
of the
mates
same
do
or
that.
not?
Yeah,
Like
no,
all
all
different?
different ones. Like so many, and like there was the one that we ended up going with got recommended 2 or 3 times. So yeah, just booked it in, and I think there's 12 of us going. I can't wait. I've never been there.
What bike size are they? 250s or
They're,
4?
they're like dirt bikes. I think they're 230, 250 and 300 are your options or whatever.
When we did it, we had smaller ones. They were 125s.
Oh, yeah.
But-
4 strokes, yeah. Would have been
But
4
they
strokes.
were the funnest thing in the world because they're so
fun.
shit and slow that you can be wringing the neck off this thing everywhere and just being a fuckwit. But it's just like a push bike between your legs. It's just so much fun. I
Small
loved
bikes,
it.
big fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
dude,
said it
it's-
before and I will say it
Yeah,
again.
dude, it's so much
Yeah.
fun.
When I used to
So-
have dirt bikes and ride them, like I had a bunch of 125s. I was always 2-stroke, but 125s and 252 strokes.
Yeah.
I always came to the conclusion at the end that I think 125s are more fun to ride because I could ride it harder.
Yeah.
Like 250s were like too fast most of the time that you can't play with it as much, eh?
Man, when I went from an R6 to a CBR 1000, had that CBR 1000 for a month and sold that thing. I fucking hated that thing. That R6, like going on mountains, it's just like second gear going in the corner, second gear coming out. It's light on the front end, and it was so nice. Get that CBR 1000 first gear 120. You're like, fuck this thing. Like this
Yeah.
is terrifying.
I do love, like I've had big bikes and small bikes or whatever, but you do always have fun. Like I'll jump on my mate's SR 500 and it's maybe 30 horsepower on a
Yeah.
good day. And
Yeah.
it's so fun.
I remember
You,
you had
you
those.
can't deny that sort of thing. I
Oh yeah.
have been doing restoration work for a couple of guys. One was his wife's bike when she was a kid, and then they found it and bought it back, and we restored it for him. And then 2 weeks ago, he sent me a photo of them on a property, and he's teaching his kids how to ride on it now,
that's
which I was like,
sick.
that's awesome.
That's sick.
That's cool.
And I have another one in my shop at the moment where there's 2 brothers from Melbourne, lifelong riders, and they had big bikes, Triumph Thruxtons and sports bikes and stuff like that. But they're in their mid-60s and they weren't as fun anymore. They weren't having much fun. So they decided to sell all their bikes and go and buy all the bikes that they had when they were kids growing up. So they've started to get all
That's
these mini
cool.
bikes and stuff. And I'm restoring one at the moment. And he's like, we have 5 or 6 of them, and me and my brother will call some friends over, and all of us will jump on the bikes and go down the shop or go down the pub and
That's
grab a
mad.
coffee or a beer or whatever. I just thought like it's still fun. You don't
Yeah.
have to go super fast to have the best time.
No.
No, you don't
No.
need the best of the best. We say there's some 4-wheel driving a lot for like the Saltshift brand and company that, and it's been a thing at 4x4 shows where everyone's trying to build these 200-300 grand trucks, and everyone feels pressure that I need to have like, let's even call it $100,000 truck to have fun. You don't. You need a Mitsubishi Triton. You need a King Swag, a $20 Bunnings cooker, and a water tank, and you can go have fun.
Yeah.
Like you do
Yeah,
not
you don't
need a
need
$100
much.
grand setup to have fun.
Man,
And it's easy to forget that, especially with social media.
100%.
all
I
the
watched
stuff.
my mate Callum Dobson up in Bundaberg, man, and he always does that with the 4 driving shit too. Like he 4 years ago bought a Dodge Ram, the SRT thing. Sick, loved getting it. It's like a $250,000-$60,000 car. Then puts it from 750 horsepower to 1,000 horsepower. But then you got to run race pet fuel in it. What's the
E85.
Yeah, but there's none in Bundy, so you got to go to Harvey Bay. So he's got to drive there and fill up and get $5,000 worth of fuel each time, and like the big cans in the back.
Was
but then
this
you
his
got to
daily?
one of his dailies, yeah.
Oh my god!
And then I'm like, you're taking the fun out of this, and then blows the
Yeah.
whole bottom end out of the motor because the motor didn't build the bottom of the motor up. It's been out on the road for 2 years now. It was the fastest one in Australia. It would do 0 to 100 in like 2.8. So it was fucking stupid how quick this thing. But it just, I don't see the fun in that. Like that to me,
Nah.
I ruined the fun of it. Like to death.
Depends if you got heaps of time and you
Yeah,
and you
that's
like
the
spinning
thing, you gotta have the
spanners,
time.
that's your thing. So, like Sarah, my partner, her brother, he loves spinning spanners. He's really good on the tools. He drifts and races his cars and stuff. But that's his thing to do on the weekends is to fix his cars and work on them. That's his primary primary.
Primal.
Primal, can't say that word. Anyway, main hobby is cars, like fixing it
Yeah.
and racing it. But I think if you're quite busy and you got heaps of other things on or multiple hobbies, that's myself. I don't have time to be fixing my car every weekend.
Yeah.
But simple stuff, like even last week when I had to go to the airport, I bought that 1993 Hilux. Dude, I'm frothing it, eh?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm driving it a lot of the days instead of my N80, my nice truck that's all jacked and ready to go. I'm like, this thing's sick. I'll wind up windows. It's like rattly. It's manual. Like, and I feel basic in it. It's so sick.
Yeah.
I do love
I drove
that.
to the airport as well.
Yeah, I think that's why I love the bike so much too. Is like you only have the option of like I only ever put one headphone in on the other side of this, so I can hear the exhaust that side and the music in the ear, but not loud.
I could never ride with headphones.
Yeah, you
though.
don't.
Yeah,
I
well, it's
do.
like that.
I like listening to I tried it. We went out for our Christmas party like a few weeks ago, did a couple of days riding and stayed overnight and stuff. I was like, I'll give it a crack on the way home. Hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got no choice
I
but
just like listening to my bike.
I love listening too, but that's why I only have it in one ear, and I always have it on that side so I can hear the motor and the pipe and everything on that side. But my mate Jesse's the same, same with it. And it's funny too, you were saying about mate just getting into it. He got into the bikes, the last kind of 4 years. And it's funny of like being around friends that aren't around bikes, like he wasn't. You go like, you know, you're like naming bikes what they are, and you know them, and they're like, how the fuck do you know what that is? And then now you look at him, and he probably knows more about bikes than me because he's just sitting home researching, and watching.
into it,
Oh, they've got the new R7 coming out. Do you know what they're running in that? And they go, and you're like, oh fuck, yeah, right. Like,
What does he ride after like a few years?
he's ended up with a low rider S, but the
Oh,
new
he
ones.
did trade because this is
You
your
got
mate
the-
Jesse that I've
Yeah,
met.
you've been with, yeah.
Yeah, he had a
But the
Kelsey
new- you know the-
RT300 to start with.
You did, yeah. No, he's 650. You know that Lambs
Yeah, the
approved
RS
one?
thing. Yeah, is it RS? Is that called?
And then he
Lambs?
bought that
Yeah.
Beamer. You know that one you used to with the custom one I had.
Yeah.
He bought that, didn't use it, bought it for $6,000, sat it there for a year, just never touched
Have you
it.
still got that?
No, I sold it because same thing. What you said, it resonated with me. Like that first 6 months,
Got it, yeah.
that thing caught fire on me, and I was riding it, just a whole wiring at the back end of the this is why you go to a proper builder, and it literally the fuses just caught alight. Like I don't even know how I did it. Like they just got too hot for whatever shitty LED indicators they put in it, and just shit like that happened. And the weight ratio, like this is all things that I can imagine you go through. Is he's cut it the frame and angled it to the front, but over the rear is a single swing arm axle. He made the own like tailgate on the
What
rear.
Beamer is this?
What are they? They're
An E36 or?
no, they're R1000 or
Yeah, it's
Oh, you're talking about bikes.
K100.
K-
right?
K100,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
Yeah.
like,
K100.
it's like a car motor and a
Yeah, dude. So it's all this weight over the front, and it's old like spongy
I remember you
brakes.
bought that. Yeah.
Dude, and you'd come in, and it was the only time I'm fucking, you can once you've been riding bikes forever, you can jump on bikes and handle them pretty quickly. But he cut the handlebars so they were shorties. So it was like shorty handlebars,
yeah.
no weight over the rear. And I was coming past Palm Springs, and I was like, oh, actually, I will turn here. I just put the brake on, went to turn, and it was just like, "Bup, bup, 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 bup," and like the handlebars are already kinked and locked out because it hit the bar, like the thing, and it was just skipping. I'm flipping this thing, and it just skip, and then just caught it and kept going. But it was so the weight, the ratio of the bike, and how it was set up was like, I need to sell this.
You got to
fucking
remember when
thing.
they designed these bikes too. They've spent millions and millions of dollars to make this bike as good as it can be and
Yeah.
handling.
100%.
when
But then when you don't go
this
to
is
like
probably controversial for you,
not
but
really.
you know what I mean?
Like, you're playing a game when you customize anything. You're playing a game of like, what do you want? Do you want style, reliability, performance?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
can't have 100% of all three if you start cutting stuff
Yeah,
up. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I think the thing that I've found over the time that I've been building bikes is if you cater to the person, like some people, they don't give a shit about what you were just talking about as long as the bike looks cool.
Yeah,
I've, like,
that's 100% what it
I
is.
hate building bikes like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when that guy sells it, it's still got my name on it. And
Yeah,
then someone else buys
yeah.
it and they're like, what is this
Yeah.
heap of junk? You know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
just suck. So I try to walk the line a bit. But yeah, you got to be realistic
Do you
about your
have like a
expectation.
questionnaire when someone comes in for initial inquiry or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
kind of like, what are you aiming for? What's your budget? Like, what are you using it for?
It's
Is that more of a consultation?
What
or
else
you
you
actually
own?
face-to-face
Yeah,
catching
pretty
up?
much. Like it depends. Like a lot of our customers now are either interstate or overseas. But yeah, like we go through that sort of process, and it's more about learning. Like I ask them stuff like, "What bike do you have now? What bike do you like riding? Like, what's the deal? What do you want to do with this thing?" All of that sort of stuff just gives me an idea of what this person wants me to do for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like if someone commissioned a painting, right? And sometimes the worst thing that you can do for that person is just go, give me, like, I love your work, give me whatever you want. Because I have no direction, right? And we do a lot of varied stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have a particular one single style or a type of motorcycle that I work on exclusively. So you got to get a little bit of direction with that stuff. And then once they set you on the path, it's easier and you can sort of go through those motions. But it changes for person to person. Like I have customers that they're on their third or fourth bike build with me, and I know that they love riding their bikes and they get ridden a lot, but almost as equally as that, they love the build process.
Yeah, right.
With me. Like they love being at work and getting the WhatsApp message and being like, look what I built today. And they're like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Some people love that.
That's
stuff.
actually cool, man. You're such a master at your art, eh? That's so sick. Just like, but like even sending someone a WhatsApp, like of progress, like look what this is. Like it shows your passion, innit? And that is an experience in itself. Like
even when
a lot of people don't get that. Like people won't get that like in anywhere. Man, the amount of people I've taken my stuff to over the years that I'll take to, and these people don't give an absolute shit about my car or whatever. Like my Subi recently, like I took it to a dude in the exhaust. I'm like, man, I don't care about the budget. I just need this wastegate dump back in. I want it to sound sick. Like I give him a whole the outline of what I want. Got it back. Didn't plumb it back in. Had excuses for that. Had dents in the side. Took it to its first track day. Blew out the fucking welds that he'd done, and it was. And I paid $600. I was willing to spend $2,000 on this thing. Like I'm like. This dude didn't listen to anything I said, didn't give a flying shit. I couldn't believe he gave it back to me with dents in it. You know in cars, you have mats over those sides.
Yeah.
Like, and dude, like I spent 6 years of my career at the start being a mechanic. Like I could have done half the stuff. I just don't have the time. And plus, there's someone else that's been doing it for 20 years that can do it a lot better than I can. I'll just take it to that person. Like like you don't get that often. I've always tripped out of that. And that's something that you do for people. Like, I can't wait to have a bike built by you.
That's what I was going to say. It's like behind your back, and we're riding that, and you talk about things you want. You know, you want that catamaran, and you want to go around. You want to go around the world in that thing, and then
catamaran.
He really.
Oh, you're not seeing the cat that I'm going to buy? Probably like 1 to 2 years.
He wants one of them. But dude, when you chat to him, that's the things he tells me.
Dude, I
he wants
YouTube
that,
this nearly every night when I'm high.
But he wants that, and then he wants the bike from you. That's like they're the two things he always keeps saying.
Yeah, we've talked about it a couple of times before.
I got really close a couple years ago, but it was a bad financial decision because I got to chuck, like, even though I got the toys, but I got to keep chucking the money in the business. I got to show you this thing.
Yeah, that's the thing we were talking about toys before. I had to, like, I'm starting to change over my, like, I have a fair few bikes, but I'm starting to change over, like, what I have and hold.
That Ducati you had was sick. Did you sell that?
No, I've still got it. So, like,
that thing's sick.
That stuff, holy smokes. That's like an around the world boat.
That's what he wants to do. Yeah?
So you know when we were talking before about like, sorry, I've just deviated away, but like space, time to think that to break away from work. Buying this is like I'll be able to go on this for like 2 weeks. I'll be able to work for a week with styling, create content, do the tutorials on how to do stuff.
Pick up Greta Thunberg, go sailing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
She loves a sail.
But turn the Starlink off. And you are isolated. Like, there's no just outside distractions. You're living in the moment with your company that you got on the boats. Like, you guys on there, there's nothing else. There's no distractions. There's, like, really good in-depth conversations with each other. You enjoy each other's time. Yeah. We go, like, diving, surfing, exploring. Like,
that's cool.
It is, like, to do that, like, I want to be able to do that, like, 2-3 times a year where I go for, like, 2 weeks or something and not, like, think about work. Come back, work my ass off, go back out there and enjoy myself.
Where'd you keep it? On the Goldie or something?
No, I've already made a whole plan.
Keep it in Vanuatu or something.
Depends where I buy it, but like let's say, I'm just going to say I bought in Fiji. So it's going to do a season in Fiji, doing all the islands there. And I've worked out that I can charter it for about like someone that might know heaps about sailing here might question this, but like from my preliminary research, like 8 to 10 weeks a year, if I chartered it, it will cover its cost. So I just register into a charter company and they charter it out and it can cover its cost for the annual year. Then from one season, then I just move it from like Fiji to, you don't want to charter it all year because then it gets heaps of wear and tear. But like, dude, I was inquiring recently, like I'd charter that like for 30K a week. Like that's what they go for. And these boats are booked out nearly all year round.
How much are they then? Like just roughly, don't tell me.
Like 1.52 mil.
Okay. So
Yeah.
but you could make a good return on that if you made it full time. If you made it a business.
Yeah, people do. People buy them and make it a business out of it.
Right.
But I want to buy it that I'm all about efficiency. I was saying before, like my stuff doesn't cost me too much money owning it. So I want to own it where pretty much it costs me. I don't mind if it costs me a little bit every year, but not much. And that if that's the meaning of chartering it for like 2 months of the year, 2 to 3 months, sweet. A bit more usage on it. But I wouldn't charter it 12 months and try to turn it into a business because I still want to make profit. I'm going to have like a ski on it, obviously, a tender, like foil, spearfishing gear, e-foil, sea bobs. Like it'll be like a toy hauler with it on it. But then like Fiji for like a season, then like French Polynesia, like around there for a season, then to the Mentawais around Indo for a season, then to like Maldives for a season, and just move it.
Man, you're gonna all of a sudden start getting so many friends, eh?
Those friends that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from you in ages.
Yeah,
mate.
6 months has been since the podcast, man. You have in Fiji?
Yeah.
Come on, Carl.
I honestly want to I can't wait to the day that I can jump on that thing and take out friends like you guys that have been my friends long term and just enjoy it. Like it wouldn't cost anyone any money. Like we could just go out and actually enjoy ourselves for a week. Like I would get so much happiness out of that.
Yeah.
Just to have like my good friends on it that I really, really enjoy their time.
But I think you got to give yourself that credit too. Like, I mean, with Tom's work, it's very obvious how passionate and loves it is because you can physically see it with these bikes, like how beautiful they are. But someone that's been doing what you do for so long, you usually haven't stayed the face of the business as long. They'll get someone else to do that shit. But hearing you just do a tutorial on the dumbest basic shit that someone like me doesn't know how to do with a jet ski, like, hey, what you're looking for to buy a jet ski and things like that. But you can hear the passion in your voice talking about washing a fucking jet ski. But
so boring.
But like,
That's true.
But something so boring that how passionate you are talking about washing a jet ski. Like you can hear it in the product and what you're trying to say. And like you can just hear how much you love it.
I really love teaching people something that I can. Like, and dude, in school, I didn't pass anything. I got hassled for being asking dumb questions. Like teachers kicked me out of classes. It was a terrible time. And now, if I'm in a position where I can teach someone something that might seem stupid to me, but that can be completely new and super helpful to someone else. Like I get a kick out of that. I'm like, that's sick. That helps someone like so much. Just like understanding something of a new hobby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find it very interesting.
That's probably why you've been so successful because you like the stuff that you make and the problems that you solve. They seem like someone could easily go, that's not really a problem, but it's like a simple idea to fix a common problem.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
the second thing I'd probably get enjoyment out of, and the passion is like I love creating and being able to create a product.
too.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah,
inquisitive.
I always got told for years, don't ask stupid questions, don't ask stupid questions. Dude, even these days, I don't give a fuck who I'm sitting in the room with, even if they're the smartest dude, that's most judgmental, whatever, and way above like my pay grade of who I should be sitting next to, I'll still ask a question.
You do ask questions.
I don't give a fuck.
In a good way, you really do.
Yeah, I don't.
Because to me, what I've always learned is no question's a dumb question. My
No,
boss,
you can't.
Tom, Tom's the 5th largest builder in Queensland. They're fucking huge.
We've had this conversation.
And I
think,
watch him, man. He's like a fucking sponge, man. Like, he's the same age as us. He's 34. And we have a 27-year-old marketer that he's a multi-millionaire, this 27-year-old, because he's grown a marketing business and killed it. Now he's coming to the business. You watch Tom. He doesn't give a fuck about age. He's just trying to understand things and learn more from it.
I learn differently too. I can't, man. Sometimes people and it sometimes can get a little bit awkward, but I kind of push it to the side. But there'll be the most. One example would be accounting stuff. Like they'll be talking about saying accounting, and dude, I just cannot understand.
No.
And there'll be 3 people trying to draw me a fucking diagram of stick figures and shit like. And I'll be like. Yeah, I don't get it, and I just like fucking but you gotta have to like I just have to figure it out one way or another and just ask the questions, just keep asking it as awkward as it gets.
You're so obvious, but when I know you A, haven't listened to what I've said, or B, don't understand it, you're like, yeah, right. What I say? What I just say? Then you're like, I don't know. I don't know what you said. Just
yeah,
that's it. Yeah, right.
yeah, that's exactly.
I've heard that plenty of times.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
and he'll just go, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Switch it
talking about?
All right, guys, it's been about an hour and a half anyway.
Has it already been an hour and a half?
Yeah.
I'm
Hour
having
and
so much
30.
fun.
There we go.
It's good.
First podcast. Done and dusted, Mikey.
That was cool. That was fun.
Yeah. Appreciate you boys coming on.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Perfect.